Tony was searching for the princess's ring in the vast ocean when suddenly, a towering wave came crashing towards him, threatening to swallow him whole. At this critical moment, the flying donkey pulled him to safety. It was then that Tony realized the lush, verdant island before him was actually a whale, shackled tightly by iron chains, likely trapped there for hundreds of years. To Tony's surprise, the moment the giant whale saw him, it shed tears and pleaded for help. Kind-hearted Tony decided to help the whale regain its freedom. He rode the little donkey and flew into the whale's nostrils, where they were greeted by a blue starry sky, filled with countless twinkling stars. However, they had no time to admire the beautiful scenery. The little donkey gently tickled the whale's nasal cavity with its wings, causing the whale to feel an incredible itch. This instantly triggered the whale's primal strength, and it raised its enormous body, unleashing a sneeze as powerful as a volcanic eruption. The thick iron chains on its body were forcibly broken, and the whale was finally free from its bondage. To repay Tony for saving its life, the whale sent its subordinate, General Sierre, to deliver a jeweled ring. Surprisingly, this was the very ring the king had ordered Tony to find. However, Tony couldn't bring himself to be happy because he and the princess had already fallen in love with each other. The king, in order to ensure the princess would marry him, had not only imprisoned the princess in the castle but also sent Tony on a quest to find the legendary grandmother's ring. Once the king obtained the ring, the princess would be forced to marry him. So, Tony decided to take a risk and plan an escape with the princess. That night, he sneaked to the princess's window, but just as he handed her the ring, they were spotted by a minister in the distance. The minister immediately led soldiers to the castle and captured Tony. The next day, the king was set to execute Tony. He ordered the soldiers to bring out 3 huge iron pots. The first pot was filled with boiling water, the second with ice water at -150 degrees Celsius, and the third with scorching hot oil. The vicious king pushed Tony into the pots. Just as Tony was about to fall into the pots, the princess quickly removed the ring from her hand and threw it into the pot. The next second, a miracle occurred. Tony bounced out of the boiling water pot, only to fall into the frigid ice pot, instantly freezing into a block of ice. At that moment, as the phoenix soared out, a feather descended from the sky and fell into the pot. Tony immediately broke through the ice and fell into the boiling oil pot. However, a long time passed, and no more miracles appeared. Everyone present thought Tony must have been destroyed, and they disappointedly prepared to leave. The princess also covered her face and began to weep in sorrow. Unexpectedly, a glowing dandelion floated down from the sky and gently landed in the oil pot. In the blink of an eye, Tony emerged from the pot, completely unscathed, his entire body emanating a golden glow as he stood on an auspicious cloud, like a deity descending to earth. It turned out that the little donkey had run to the end of the world with all its might to find this immortal flower. Seeing that Tony had obtained immortality, the king eagerly jumped into the boiling water. However, a huge bubble soon emerged, trapping the king inside as it gradually floated away into the distance. With the support of his subjects, Tony became the new king. From then on, Tony and the princess began their happy life together.